Hi and welcome back to my channel. This is Copper and today I'm playing Cult of the Lamb. This is my first time playing this game, so I have no specific goals in mind. I just want to have some fun and test out the game. So without further ado, let's just dive in. And our story begins somewhere in hell, I assume. And we are this cute little terrified lamb. We will call him Copper for now. And we have those four creatures. I don't know exactly what they are, but they are something. So we have Leshy, Heket, Calamar, and Shamura. And I wasn't really paying attention, so we don't need to know what they said. You only need to know that they want to kill me, and they do kill me. And I will go to this other place. I meet this other being called the One Who Waits. This guy wants me to make a cult in his name, and in return, he will bring me back to life. So I obviously agreed. Then he gave me this crown that he was wearing. It's a very cool crown. This crown will be the source of all of my powers going forward. As you can see, the crown turns into a sword, and now I'm ready to fight all those monsters who wronged me in the past 5 minutes. I fight my way through this temple, and I go into different rooms. Then I find this room with this poor chicken strapped to a sacrifice table by the same monsters who got me earlier. So I fight them and I free the chicken, and he thanked me, and I sent him into this portal that leads into the void. Then I teleported through this scary looking portal, and I chose to play the game at medium difficulty because I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I welcomed the chicken from earlier, and he was like, please spare me, I'll serve you. So I did, and I had this idea to name him Silver because I thought that would be funny, and I gave him a new color to make him into this blue chicken, and I also gave him a new dress, and now I have my first cult member. Then I went and I found some rocks that were laying around, and I mined some of them to get some stones to be able to build my first building, which was a kitchen. And now I need to collect some berries to cook. So I collected some and I cooked my first meal. And I think I cooked a little bit too much, but it's okay. Now we have leftovers for later. Anyway, I went back and Silver helped me open this green door, which leads to Darkwood, which is the first of four areas that each of them leads to one of four bosses that I have to kill. And this one belongs to the tree-looking one, Leshy. So I entered immediately and I took my first weapon and I started using it on those monsters. Then I met this clone guy. I think he's a bird who gave me some tarot cards, which are basically just upgrades in this game that I can find. Then at the end of this map, I found a treasure chest and it came with this cute decor item that was a statue of me, which is exactly what I like to see. Then I continued on my way and I found a room full of berry bushes. So let's just say I collected them in a very calm and non-violent manner. Then I fought some more monsters and I continued to the last room on this map where a portal opened in the floor that Leshy came out of and turned this guy into this very scary monster called Amdusius. And I had no choice but to fight him, and he started spitting those blue balls on me. Anyway, I kept fighting until I won, and this scared little guy came out and was like, please spare me, I will join your cult. And I threw him into the void as well. Then I got this follower form as a prize, which is basically just a skin for followers, and this huge treasure chest. Then this door was a quarter filled, which means I have to do this 3 more times to open it. I went back home and I welcomed Amdusius into my cult and I told him to mine some rocks. Then this Ratu guy told me that I need to build a shrine for my cult members to produce devotion, which helps me grow my cult even more. So I obviously did. And Ratu gave me another follower for free, and I used the new follower form on him and I called him Fino. Apparently, Fino has the trait that he can be pet, which is extra cute. Then I told him to pray at the shrine, and I pet him, and he loved it. I collected the first of my devotion, and I unlocked the ability to build a temple. Then I went and I spent an incredibly long time breaking this huge boulder to build the temple in its place. And I went in and I gave my first ceremony, which leveled me up, and I unlocked the Hearts of the Faithful ability, which just means I have an extra half a heart when I go on crusades. And this motivated me to go on my next crusade, so I did exactly that. Then Ratu taught me all about the Crown's ability, which is basically just a very powerful attack that I can use. And I went on my way and I found another poor soul trapped by the followers of Leshy. So I attacked them and I freed the poor guy. Of course, I sent him into the void. Then I killed this tree-looking thing and it gave me a new weapon upgrade. Then I found this bird who gave me 3 tablet pieces for free. I like when they give me free stuff. And those tablets allow me to upgrade my faith and unlock new cult abilities. And I moved on to fight the second of 4 monsters, Valafar, who was this jumpy fire-spitting tree. Why do they all spit stuff? Anyway, I won the battle and I got a new follower. Then the one who waits summoned me again and told me that he is watching my every move, which is kind of weird, but anyway, I'm not one to judge. I unlocked some beds for my followers so they can sleep on them instead of the floor. Then I indoctrinated a new follower and I thought that it only unlocked Falafar's form, so I gave him the same form as Falafar. Then I realized that now I have 2 identical followers, but it's okay, I'm pretending that they are twins, so we're fine. Then I went and I built a few beds and I found a piece of poop laying on the ground, and no one told me I had to clean up poop. So this was kind of a surprise. And I cleaned it. Like, what am I gonna do? I collected some devotion and I unlocked farm plots so I can plant crops and get food. So I planted some berries and I watered them, and I also used the tablets from earlier to unlock the bonfire ritual that allows me, well, to do a bonfire ritual, which also gives me a little bit faith. And on day 3, I went back to Darkwood to kill even more monsters and collect some more resources. Then I got more tarot cards, and I do get tarot cards on every run, by the way, like it's not a special thing. Then I unlocked this necklace that I can gift to a follower. Then Ratu gave me a challenge to get through the next 3 rooms without getting damaged. So I tried, but as you can see, I failed miserably. Anyway, I moved on to fight the final Door Guardian, which was Barbados, who of course also spits those green stuff at me, and he also had this ground spiky move that was very annoying to get around, but I still in the end won the battle and I freed the follower within, and I also threw that one into the void. I basically throw everyone into the void. Then I returned to my cult and I unlocked a farm which allows my followers to help with the farming chores, and then I did my own chores, which basically consists of cleaning poop, and this is a new one. We have vomit now, so yay. I indoctrinated Barbados and I built a new farm building, and I also built this seed box that allows my followers to plant crops themselves. I filled it with seeds. Then Silver told me that we need a name to our cult, and of course I called it the Cult of Copper. So creative, I know. Then I gave a sermon and I gifted the necklace that I got earlier to Fino. I think Fino is my favorite, and now I have the ability to upgrade my cult to level 2, so I did that, and my followers upgraded my statue, which is very good to see, and they were very happy about their job. They did a good job. Then I got the Faithful Trait Doctrine, which means all my cult members generate faith 15% faster, which will be very helpful to get upgrades quicker. And I also got the Might of the Devout's weapon upgrade, which gives me better starting weapons when I go on crusades. Then Ratu told me that he taught me everything I know, which isn't a lot, by the way. He only taught me a couple of moves. Like, let's not be so dramatic. Then he told me to visit him at the Lonely Shack, which I did, and he invited me to a game of Knucklebones, and I destroyed him at it. Then I went back to my cult and I unlocked the shelter upgrade, so I can build shelters for my followers, and I started my next crusade, where Leshy tells me that he will be waiting for me at the end of this one. Then I found this spider called Helob, who sold me a follower for 92% off, which is a steal. I only had to pay 4 golds, and it was a very good experience overall. I give him 5 stars. I continued my way into the temple, killing more monsters as I go, and I got more tarot cards. Then I met the fisherman, who was also a fish, and he invited me to meet him at the Pilgrim's Passage, and I finally unlocked the Darkwood door. So I went in and I found Leshy in the middle of a circle surrounded by followers who killed themselves as a part of a ritual to make him stronger, and somehow he became even more ugly, which I didn't know was possible. And yet here we are. I started attacking him immediately and he put on a good fight, and he had some good moves, but I was better and I finally won. And he exploded, so I took out his heart and I went back home and I showed it to my followers, who were a little bit too excited about it, but it's okay, they're happy. I indoctrinated a new follower and I upgraded their sleeping bags into tents. Then I gave Fino a gift and he was very grateful that he leveled up, which gave me some more faith. Then I cooked some more food and I unlocked the scarecrow to stop birds from eating my crops. Then I gave another sermon and I used Leshy's heart to unlock the resurrection ability, which allows me to sacrifice a follower to be resurrected on crusades, but it only works one time per crusade. Then I visited a fisherman who taught me how to fish. So I fished a couple of times and I also fished this follower form, which was also a fish. There was a lot of fish involved. Then I went back home and I unlocked the lumber yard, which lets my followers gather lumber quicker. And I also got the missionary building, which allows me to send followers on missions to gather resources, which was a very good building, by the way. Then I built the lumber yard, and Barbados told me that there's a heretic asking to join our cult. So I told him why not, he can join, which was a big mistake because now I have this cow with horrifying red eyes joining the cult. I tried educating it about our beloved cult, but I failed. Then Barbados also wanted me to cook him a bowl of poop. Yes, you heard that right. He wants to eat poop. I don't know about this guy, but who am I to judge? I will cook him a bowl of poop. So I did, and he ate it, and he got very sick. And like, what did you expect? You are eating poop, my guy. Like, so I sent him into bed rest to get better. I also unlocked the refinery building, which just allows me to turn resources into other more useful ones. And I went back to the door room, and the first chain on the big scary door was broken because I killed Eshi earlier. So I unlocked the second door with the help of my followers, and now we have the second area, Anura. So I took my weapon, and this time they gave me an axe. I started slashing and axing my way into the temple, and not long after, I reached the first door guardian of this area, which I can't pronounce the name of. He was just this oversized, ugly frog who laid eggs. So I fought him and I broke all his eggs. And of course, I won at the end and I got a new follower. Then the one who waits summoned me again and told me that I should sacrifice some of my followers to get stronger, which is kind of messed up. So I went back home and I said hello to our two new followers, and I built the scarecrow and a few more garden plots. And I also built this statue of myself because I deserve it. And I got the second Hearts of the Faithful upgrade, which gives me another half a heart when I go on crusades. And I met this demon guy at the lake and he needed a fish, so I gave him a fish and he gave me this crystal thing in return, which I used to unlock a new fleece. But all the options had very bad abilities, so I decided to stick to the default one instead. I decided to go back to Darkwood to try and get more food and kill some more monsters. And on the way, I met this guy who was hanging from the ceiling and told me all about relics, which are some of the more powerful stuff I can get on Crusades. And he told me to try one out. And it had this attack that summons lightning strikes to kill my enemies. Anyway, I moved on to another mini-boss. This time it's Witness Agres, and I tried to fight him, but he killed me. And this is officially our first death of the run. So I returned home and we are having a faith crisis because I died and now they think I'm weak and Silver is dissenting. So I tried to educate him, but he was too stubborn to learn anything. So I did what I had to do. You know, it's fine, it's fine. I just did a little ritual. I just had to sacrifice him to this tentacle monster in the ground. He's at a better place now. And now we have more meat. So everyone was happy. Anyway, I built another lumberyard and I cleaned some more poop. And look what I found. I have no words. What is this? Who did this? So I had to clean that up too. And then I moved on to another crusade, this time to Anura, where I met those mushroom little guys that invited me to visit them at the Spore Grotto. And then I killed some more monsters and I got a weapon upgrade. And I found this room full of treasure chests, which was very exciting. Then I found the second door guardian, who was this flying owl with very tiny wings. And this guy unleashed bees to attack me, and he pooped fireballs apparently. So I dodged and I slashed until I was finally victorious, and we have yet another follower that we threw into the void. And I met with the one who waits again, and he gave me access to the offering chest where I can sell stuff to get some gold. Then I bought another follower from the spider person. I like this guy. And we also got the new offering box. I said hello to our newest followers and I gave one of them a makeover just for fun. And one of the twins was descending. So I tried educating him, which didn't work. So I built some more beds and I tried out the new offering box to get some gold. I also gave another sermon and I unlocked the feasting ritual, which just lets me throw a feast for my followers. And I tried it out, and they were very excited about the food. And I also tried out the bonfire ritual, but it was inside the temple, which I'm pretty sure is a fire hazard, but it's okay. Then I learned about this minced follower meat dish, which is exactly what it sounds like and has a 40% chance of stopping a descending follower. So I cooked it and I told the twin to eat it while I cleaned some poop, which worked great, and now he is not descending anymore. I blessed some of my followers and I unlocked the stone mine, which allows my followers to, well, mine stone. And I went to visit the Spore Grotto where I met this Sozo mushroom guy, and he told me that he is a fun guy. He told me that he is a fun guy and he needs me to bring him some mushrooms from Anura. So that's where I went next and I started killing some monsters. Then I found this room full of meat that was laying on the floor. So I collected it and don't judge me, okay? I need to feed my followers. Then I found Heket and he had the audacity to make some of my followers starve to try and punish me. But jokes on him, I just found a room full of meat earlier. So I moved on and I met this three-eyed frog and I had this relic with me that spreads a bunch of bombs around the room, which made it very easy for me to win. And we got another follower that I indoctrinated back at home. Then the worst thing happened. Fino told me that he is getting old, which is devastating. So I unlocked the body pit in preparation and I went back to Sozo and I gave him the mushrooms that he needed and he gave me another one of those lame crystals. And he also told me that he needed more mushrooms. Then I went back to Darkwood to try killing the witness Agorus again, and this time I had this bomb relic with me, and I guess he wasn't a match for it. So this time I won, and I got yet another follower that I sent into the void. After that, I go into the portal room and I find this new red scary door opened and it turned this inviting color green. So I could not resist going through it and seeing what's on the other side. So I go and I find this statue of Lishi waiting for me on the first room. So I destroy it and a portal appears. So I go through that and I am transported back into the Leshi temple and I have to fight him again. And I thought, why not? I did it before, I can do it again. So I attack him and I do my best, but I am left with only half a heart and I die. But I can be resurrected now. And here's where I messed up. I was trying to be resurrected and I had to sacrifice a follower in order to do so, but I didn't notice that I am sacrificing my best friend Fino. So that is messed up. I was really mad at myself for doing that, but thanks to his sacrifice, I am now back at the fight and I immediately kill Leshy again. So at least there's that, and his sacrifice wasn't in vain. Anyway, I went back home to find one of the twins dissenting again, which, why are you doing this again? Anyway, one follower asked me to take another descending follower, which I also agreed on. Like, didn't I learn from earlier? And I welcomed three more followers into the cult. So now we have two descending followers. With so many descending followers, I had to unlock the prison, which lets me, well, put followers in prison. And I built one, and I imprisoned the descending follower. Then this follower wanted me to sacrifice him for some reason, and who am I to stand in the way of this happiness? Like, if he wants this, I can do it. So I did, and then I got the belief in sacrifice trait, which means every time I sacrifice a cult member, the other members gain 20 faith. And I also got the second Might of the Devout upgrade, so I can get even better weapons when I go on crusades. Then I went on with my day and I farmed a bit, and just look what happens when I was farming. Look at this. They keep doing stuff like this. So I had to clean it up, of course, and I returned to Sozo where I gave him more mushrooms and he used them to drug all his followers, which was actually impressive. He even taught me how to do it myself to my own followers, which is kind of nice of him. Then I unlocked the confession booth so my followers can confess stuff to me. And I built some more stone mines and one more lumberyard. Then I built the refinery and the missionary house. And then finally I got through to the descending follower, so I freed him and I gave him a gift. And then our first death happened. Belafar died. And everyone, for some reason, threw up on the floor near him. Like, that's not how you mourn someone. So I cleaned that up and I wrapped Belafar and I threw him into a body pit near the temple. Then Tree Tree told me that before I rescued him, he lost his brother in Darkwood and asked me if I can go look for him, and I did. And of course, I freed him. Well, freed him until I indoctrinated him back into my cult. Then our second death happened. It was Mdusius this time. They are dropping like flies. And listen, you can't judge me here. I saw the option and I wanted to try it out. And we got some more meat in the process. So anyway, I found my first golden poop. So yay! Then I got another follower from the spider person, and I went back to Anura to kill some oversized frogs. And I found this little guy sitting in between a bunch of dead bodies in the middle of his village, which is perfectly normal, you know. So I invited him to stay with us instead. And I finally faced Heket, the second boss, and the same thing happened. Followers sacrificing themselves, he gets bigger, stronger, and he yells at me with his huge mouth, and I can't imagine the breath. Oh my god. He starts attacking me with his tongue, and he jumps and he throws exploding bugs everywhere, and one even managed to kill me. But we got the resurrection option now, so I had to sacrifice Hegri, and he's an elder, so he was dying anyway. And I came back from the dead, which made Heket so mad that he attacked me with 11 more tongues. I counted, which I don't know how he can fit all of them in his mouth. And I finally managed to kill him, and he exploded, and I got his heretic heart, and my followers were very excited about the heart again. Then I buried another follower, and I got this new follower that was a blue hedgehog. And I had to do it. Like, he has to be named Sonic. Like, look at him. Then I got this blue giraffe as well, which is less fun. Then I got the hunger skill from Heket's heart, which allows me to eat meals before crusades, which I didn't figure out until very late in the game. Then I gave all my followers tents to sleep in, and I went back to Anura to get some extra mushrooms, and I fought Witness Bathan, and I won, and I sent him into the void. I went back to the temple and I unlocked the ritual of resurrection, which is exactly what it sounds like, and I used it immediately to bring back Fino from the dead. And let's just say it didn't go exactly well. He came back cursed, and it told me that he was corrupted by his resurrection. So I upgraded the cult to level 3, and my followers were very excited. And then I built the confession booth, and I got 3 more followers to indoctrinate. Then I cooked everyone some more food, and Barbados was eaten by none other than Fino. But in his defense, he was very hungry, so I put him in prison for now, just until I figure out something to do. Then Arna told me that there are some folks that are starving and asked me if I could take him into our cult, and of course I did. So I got 2 more followers, and I did my first confession. Then we did the third ritual to unlock the third door, which leads to Anchordeep. And I think this might be my favorite area. It's this very cool underwater world. And don't ask me how I can breathe here. I don't have an answer to that. Then I found this room full of grapes. Then on the next room, I found a cotton field. See, I told you this was my favorite. We are getting so much stuff. Anyway, I killed some more monsters and I found the first door guardian of Anchordeep, Celius. And I honestly don't know what he's supposed to be, but I killed him regardless. It was a close call, I only had half a heart left on me, but I managed to win. Back at the cult, I indoctrinated our newest follower and I gave our farm an upgrade and I harvested some crops. Then I unlocked the ability to have a wedding, which allows me to marry one of my followers. Then I finally built some outhouses so I can clean less poop. Then I went back to Anchordeep for some more action, and this time I found a hops field. They have everything here. Then Calamar stopped me and he poisoned my followers, which was a huge mistake on his part. Then I found Haborim, the second door guardian, who I think was a fire-spitting jellyfish, and he got the best of me. In my defense, I was worried about my poisoned followers. I went back and I found that we have another dead follower that I buried. Then I found out that my followers destroyed their beds while they were sleeping, which is kind of weird. So I had to fix them. Then Sonic was descending, so I tried to educate him, which didn't work. So I tried the next best thing. I married Sonic, which also didn't work for some reason. So I cooked him the magical follower meat meal to stop him, and it worked, but he wasn't happy about it for some reason. I took his confession and he told me that he hated me. Like, why did you agree to marry me then? Apparently, the faith was too low for everyone's, and I was left with only one option, which was give everyone some magic mushrooms to increase their faith and lock it in place for a couple of days. And it worked wonders. Then I unlocked the healing bay and I went back to Anchordeep to get my revenge for the last time I died. And I found Haberim again, and this time I am not holding anything back. Well, never mind, I died again. But on the bright side, I got this cute elephant follower. Then I got the third Might of the Devout upgrade because I figured that my weapons are the reason that I keep failing. Not anything to do with my skills, of course. Then I sent a follower on a mission for the first time to bring back meat, and I went back to Anchordeep yet again. So I did something that I'm not proud of. Perhaps this is the worst thing I did in this game. I found this cute little chef and I bought some fish from him, but then I kinda attacked his wife on accident. Well, it wasn't really an accident, so he threatened me not to do it again, so I did it two more times before he started attacking me, understandably, and I regrettably did win. And please, you have to believe me. I thought I was going to get some stuff from attacking him, but it turned out I only caused pain and suffering. This is horrible. Anyway, I had to move on, like, I can't stay here forever. But it did mess me up. And I found the spider guy again, and this time he gave me a follower for 100% off, like for free. Of course I said yes. Then I found Haburim again. This time I'm ready with my big bad weapon. He put on a good fight, but this time I was victorious in the end, and I abducted him and threw him into the void. I welcomed two new followers back at home. Then I finally built the healing bay, which means I can finally set Fino free and heal him back into his old self. And of course, I gave him some pets and I healed some other followers who I don't care about. I also built a second farm and some farming plots because we have way too many mouths to feed and we need to make more food. Tree thanked me for rescuing Arna a while ago and told me that they were so grateful that they wanted to marry me. And who am I to stand in the way of their happiness? So I had my second marriage and I unlocked the respect your elders doctrine, and two more followers died, so I buried them. I also got a new follower from the Spider-Man that I changed the form of because it was too similar to another follower. Then the missionary came back and it worked wonders. He gave me so much meat and I upgraded the missionary house to level 2, which allows me to send two more followers on a mission. So I did exactly that, and this turned out to be one of the best sources of food in this game. Then this guy told me that there are starving people asking to join, so I took them in because now we have so much food, and I went back to Anchordeep to fight some more monsters, and I found this shrine that I, for some reason, thought that it was a good idea to pray to, and it was a stupid idea because they stole all my stuff. Anyway, I met a new person that told me all about the Smuggler's Sanctuary, which is kind of a suspicious name, not gonna lie. Then I moved on to fight the final door guardian, Beelzebub, with two A's. And he had some very good moves, but they were no match for me. I took him out and I abducted him back into my cult and I indoctrinated him and I upgraded my cult to level 4, which is the highest level. And they built me this great statue to celebrate. and they were very excited. Then I went to Smuggler's Sanctuary just to look at what they had. Then the lake creature came back. This time he wanted me to give him one of my followers. And this time I thought it would actually be worth it. So I did, and no, it wasn't worth it. I just gave up my follower for another crystal thing. But I also got this cute otter form for my followers. Back at home, Witness Agaris died, and I unlocked the leader's tent because I deserve somewhere private from these monster story followers, and our faith is suffering again. So I had to do another mushroom ritual, and one of my followers came back from their mission and gave me a lot of meat, and I caught some fireflies which ended up giving me this butterfly form. I unlocked the Glory Through Toil ritual, which forces my followers to work for 3 days straight with no rest whatsoever. And I went back to Anchordeep, where I fought my way through many monsters, and one of them was able to actually kill me. So I sacrificed Sparkles to resurrect myself. Then I found the cutest cat business, and I bought a new follower form from them. Then I finally reached Calamar, and I tried my best to kill him, but he killed me first. But in my defense, I don't know, I don't have any defense. Back at home, Alti died, so I buried him, and 2 more missionaries came back with a lot of food, and I got the cheaper ritual upgrade, so I can do more rituals more often. Then Haburim was like, these people are too lazy, we need to do a glory through toil ritual. And I'm not going to say no to that. If you want to work, be my guest. I got some new shelters built, and back to Anchordeep we go. I fight some more monsters, then I got this great relic, which allows me to upgrade and change my weapon after I kill a few monsters. Then I acquired a new follower on sale, and I fight Calamar again. This time I'm ready to kill him. He shoots me with many fireballs and I die, but I still have a chance to sacrifice a follower, so I choose Witness Bathan to come back and finish the job. And you know the drill. He explodes, I get a heretic heart, my followers celebrate, etc. etc. I bury Elber and I clean another huge pile of poop. Then I get another Might of the Devout upgrade. I also unlocked and built the Healing Bay upgrade, and I get the Darkness Within upgrade with the Heart of Calamar, and my crown went crazy. Snakes started slithering everywhere, and my crown turned into a snake, a talking snake, and it told me that my followers have sins, and it unlocked a new branch of brand new buildings, and it also unlocked a new doctrine branch, which was sins, and I got the Rites of Lust doctrine, which lets me throw a naked party. Let me just show you. It is what it is. It's just weird. Those people are crazy. Then I got this snake out of this follower, which was apparently sin. Anyway, I indoctrinated a new follower. Then another follower told me that an elder wanted to join our cult. And why not? We have room. And it's finally time to unlock the last final big scary door. So we did the ritual thing, and it's time to venture into Silk Cradle. And I unlocked a brand new weapon, which was a cannon, which happened to be the worst weapon I've ever used in this game. It's so bad. I fought my way through insects and other scary stuff until I found this cute, warm looking grandma who is a tailor apparently and taught me all about how I can get my followers new clothes. And I found this new animal form, which was interesting to say the least. I found a new weapon to replace my shotgun, and then Shamura turned one of my followers against me, so I had to kill him unfortunately. Then I reached the first Silk Cradle Guardian, which I don't know how to say this name, so we'll call him John for now. Spider John. So I fought Spider John. He was no match for me. I took him home and I welcomed 3 more followers. And then I unlocked the mating tent where my followers can mate. Then I was cleaning the toilet and I got this maid outfit blueprint. Well, it was a purple print, but you get the point. But anyway, the missionaries are back with some more meat, and my followers destroyed all my resources buildings, so I had to build some more. I built myself the leader tent. Then the worst thing happened again. Fino died again. So you know what that means. I didn't even bother burying him. I brought him back to life and I used some sin to upgrade the temple because why not? We should be allowed to have some nice things around here. Then I healed Fino at the healing bay because dying does take a toll on a person. Then I got the Grieve the Fallen doctrine, which allows me to build graves for my dead followers. And I went back to Silk Cradle to fight the second Door Guardian, and I killed some monsters and I got a weapon upgrade. Then I reached the Guardian, which I also can't say the name of them. Why are the Silk Cradle ones so hard to say? And this one is the worst one, in my opinion. I hate centipedes. I just can't deal with them. So I defeated him and sent him back home. And back at the cult, I found two dead followers that I buried, and I unlocked the lumberyard upgrade. So I built two of them. Then I got my new followers and I try out my new tent. Oh my god, there's a small tent for my crown where he can sleep. That's so cute. The next day, I clean some vomit and I cook breakfast. Then I head back to Silk Cradle and I fight some more monsters. And Shamura turns two of my followers against me this time. So I had to kill those two. This is messed up. Anyway, I moved on to the last Door Guardian. It was this creepy scorpion who was very annoying to defeat, but ultimately I won the battle and I returned home to find that one of my followers was dissenting, so I had to send them to jail. Then I gave him the anti-dissenting follower meal. Then I resurrected one of the followers that Shamura made me kill from earlier because I felt bad, and I indoctrinated three more followers. Then I gave Fino another gift, which pushed him to level 10. So he asked me if I could get him a promotion, and that's how he became my first ever disciple. So we did this ritual, and he got this angel ring. And that is not the only ring he got. I also did a wedding ceremony to marry Fino. So it was a 2-in-1. Then I built the mating tent and the tailor shop where I tailored a few outfits that I gave to my followers, and I changed our cult's uniform to this new all black one, and I'm off to my final crusade where I kill some spiders and I get my first ever prismatic tarot card, and then I buy a new form from the cat shop and I'm off to fight Shamura. He turned into this huge spider, and to be honest, he wasn't that hard. I think Calamar was harder to fight, and I fought him, and he exploded, and I got his heart, and the one who waits summoned me again and told me that it's time for me to sacrifice myself to free him. I'm sorry, what? That wasn't the deal. You wanted me to start a cult. No one said anything about sacrificing myself. So I returned home. Then I found out that the final chain on the big door was broken, but I ignored it for now because the sacrificing myself thing was not sitting well with me. I got the drum circle so I can get more sins, and also I unlocked the Sinner's Pride ritual, which also gets me more sins. I tried it out and it was weird, but at least I got more sin. That I used to have Sonic and Armor perform a mating ritual to produce me an egg. So I built a nest to put the egg in it, and I took care of the egg, and again I had to clean a huge pile of poop off the ground. Then I built the drum circle and I tried it out and I failed miserably at it. I got a new follower and Ilgos told me that there are some sick people that needed a shelter, so I took them in as well and I healed them back to health. And it's finally time to go face the one who waits in person. So I got through the big scary door into the gateway, which is just this huge ritual circle, and my followers stand around me and I start ascending to where the one who waits will wait. I found a bunch of weapons and I chose the dagger and the ice blast. I continued my way until I reached him, and he tells me to lay my life for him, and he kidnapped my followers. Now that's a step too far. I was going to think about sacrificing myself, but now I am not. And he gave me a choice to accept my fate or refuse. So of course I refused. I'm not killing myself for him. Come on. He sends his first cat after me. His name was Val. So I fought him and he wasn't really a challenge. I killed him pretty quickly. Then the second cat, Aim, comes after me, and he also didn't put on a good fight. You need to get better followers, Mr. One Who Waits. Then the one who waits breaks out of his chains and starts attacking me with spikes and chains and fireballs, and I tried my best to win, but I don't, and apparently I can't sacrifice follower to revive when I fight him. Anyway, I immediately tried again, and this time I tried even harder and I eventually killed him, or so I thought. he goes underground and he grabs me with him and he becomes really angry and takes out his eyes to attack me with them. This is getting really weird. And I do try to kill his eyes, but I only have half a heart left, so I die pretty quickly. So I tried one more time and I still couldn't kill him. This is really starting to get annoying. So I go back home and I get the Might of the Devout upgrade again, and I am forced to sacrifice a follower to push me to the next level to get the final Might of the Devout upgrade, which was level 6, which was also the highest possible weapon level I can get. Then the new baby hatched, and I named him Baby. Creative, I know. And I pet him, and he leveled up. So I unlocked and built the drink house, and I let two more followers mate. This time they gave me a golden egg, which I think is a little bit more valuable. I don't know. And I sell a bunch of items and I get a lot of gold in return. Then I go and I try again with the one who waits, and you know the same thing. He gets angry, he sends his eyes after me, I fight back, and I finally kill his first eye. He gets even more angry and mad, and I have to dodge like my life depends on it, which it literally does depend on it. And I managed to do that, and now I killed his second eye. He tried to get me with more spikes, but he failed. And then he goes crazy and sends more fireballs my way, and I finally manage to destroy his final eye, and now I only have to kill him, so I do, and he explodes, and a scared little cat with 3 eyes comes out. So he asked me if I will spare him or not, and he's too cute not to spare, I thought. That's a very cute cat. I mean, look at him. And into the void he goes. And I free my followers, and they all celebrate and start praying in a circle around me. And we go back home. And finally, I indoctrinate the one who waits. And oh my god, my game crashes. How unlucky is that? But we are lucky that footage is still here. And it auto-saved when I came back from the fight, so we are fine. So I do some more chores before I indoctrinate the one who waits because I was scared it might crash again. Then I saved right before I indoctrinated him and I welcomed him into my cult. And with that, I finished the game. And this was a really fun game. I had the best time playing this game. It was funny, it was hard, it was annoying at times, but I really did have a lot of fun playing it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. One final thing before I go, I did put the one who waits in a maid outfit. Okay, bye.